There's something terrifying about letting someone see the part of you that's still bleeding, especially when that person has spent years pointing out your weaknesses, years making you feel like every mistake mattered, every flaw was visible, every insecurity deserved attention, because eventually you stop protecting your image from strangers and start protecting it from the people closest to you, the people whose words somehow reach deeper than everyone else's. And maybe that's why I stayed quiet for so long, because I genuinely believed if I ever admitted what scared me most, she would use it against me. But one conversation changed something I didn't expect. Not just about her, about people, about pain, and about the walls we build when we're afraid someone will finally confirm our worst fears. For most of my life, she noticed everything: the unfinished goals, the hesitation, the mistakes, the things I almost got right, and somehow, those conversations always stayed with me longer than compliments ever did. You know how some people can say one sentence, and you carry it for years? That was her. Sometimes she meant well, sometimes she didn't, but after enough time, you stop hearing criticism as guidance and start hearing it as proof that maybe you really aren't enough. So I adapted. I learned how to look okay, how to sound okay, how to smile at the right moments, and most importantly, I learned how to hide the parts of me that felt fragile. Because once people know where you're weak, it feels like handing them the map to destroy you. And honestly, I think a lot of us live that way, not because we're dishonest, but because we're terrified of being truly seen. The conversation happened on a night that already felt heavy. One of those quiet nights where exhaustion sits on your shoulders before anything even goes wrong. Rain tapped softly against the windows. The television was on low somewhere in the background, and neither of us was really talking. Just existing in the same room, tired, careful, distant. Then somehow, like most emotionally loaded conversations do, it started small. A comment, a tone, a misunderstanding, nothing dramatic. But when tension has been building for years, even small moments carry history inside them. And suddenly, we were there again. The same emotional distance, the same frustration, the same invisible wall between us. Except this time, I was too tired to keep pretending everything was fine. And maybe that's what honesty really is. Not bravery, exhaustion. The moment you become too emotionally tired to keep carrying everything alone. Because eventually, people stop hiding the truth when protecting it becomes heavier than revealing it. And that night, I finally said it. Not perfectly, not dramatically, just honestly. I looked at her and said, "Do you want to know what actually scares me?" The room went quiet, and before I could stop myself, I kept talking. I think I'm terrified that no matter how hard I try, I'll never really be enough for anyone. Enough professionally, enough emotionally, enough personally, enough for the people I care about. And I remember immediately regretting it, because the second those words left my mouth, I felt exposed, like I had handed someone the sharpest thing they could possibly use against me. And for a few seconds, she just stared at me. No interruption, no criticism, no correction, just silence. And honestly, that silence felt heavier than any argument we'd ever had. Then quietly, she said something I never expected. She said, "You think you're the only person who feels that way?" And suddenly, for the first time in years, I stopped seeing her as my critic and started seeing her as human. Not perfect, not emotionally untouchable, human. Because that's the strange thing about people. Sometimes the ones who seem hardest on others are fighting battles they never learned how to talk about themselves. Sometimes criticism isn't confidence. Sometimes it's fear. Fear disguised as control. Fear disguised as expectations. Fear disguised as emotional distance. And in that moment, I realized something I wish more people understood. Most people are not walking around trying to hurt each other. They're walking around carrying unresolved pain. And sometimes that pain leaks out sideways, through impatience, through judgment, through emotional walls, not because they don't care, but because they don't know how to carry what they feel. The strange thing is, nothing dramatic happened after that. No movie-style reconciliation, no perfectly healed relationship, just something quieter, softer. The next mornings, I almost took my words back. I replayed the entire conversation in my head, wondering if I'd said too much, wondering if vulnerability had been a mistake. So I avoided her. Short answers, minimal eye contact, distance. But later that night, she knocked softly on my door, and all she said was, "I made your favorite tea." That was it. No emotional speech, no apology, no dramatic breakthrough. Just a small act of care, and somehow, that tiny moment changed something between us. Because sometimes, people don't change loudly. Sometimes they change quietly, after finally understanding your pain. I think a lot of relationships stay emotionally distant because both people are protecting wounds the other person never fully sees. So instead of honesty, we perform strength. Instead of vulnerability, we perform control. Instead of saying, "I'm scared," we say, "You should have done better." And over time, people stop speaking to each other from pain and start speaking from defense. But every now and then, someone finally tells the truth, and the wall cracks, not because everything becomes perfect, but because honesty reminds both people that underneath the frustration, there's still humanity, still fear, still longing, still exhaustion, still someone hoping they're enough too. I used to think vulnerability gave people power over you. And sometimes, maybe it does, but sometimes it gives people the chance to finally understand you. And maybe that understanding is what so many relationships have been missing all along. Not perfection, not winning, not always saying the right thing, just honesty. The kind that quietly reminds people, I'm human too. And maybe that's why I still think about that conversation, because the person I thought understood me the least ended up revealing something about both of us. That behind criticism, behind emotional walls, behind all the ways people protect themselves, there's usually a fear nobody talks about, a fear of not being enough. Stories that linger, lessons that last. Before you leave, don't forget to share an experience in the comments or share with someone you think this story might touch.